Hey guys, my name's Jamin. Thanks for visiting my channel. In this video, I have a Lenovo Thinkpad X1 Yoga. This is the Gen 7 model, and I'm going to take you on a teardown or disassembly tour, show you how to get inside and safely access all the main components. So first thing guys, power down your computer the correct way. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. Then we're going to flip the computer over to access your bottom case screws. You have two screws here on the side, two screws here on the side, and one in the middle. Also, guys, after removing all of your screws, make sure that you remove your stylus right here because that'll break or it'll stop the bottom case from coming off. So make sure you remove that. After removing that and all of your screws, you're going to take a small, flat, preferably plastic pry tool and go around the seam of your bottom case and gently but firmly pry it up from the rest of your computer. Now, I like to use like a flat guitar pick or something resembling that. Metal pry tools tend to scratch your case a little bit more. So after you get that off, guys, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now, as a general rule, guys, before touching anything in your computer, either remove or unplug your battery. The idea is to get as little power running through the computer as possible while we're working on it to avoid damaging anything. To get your battery out, guys, you have 6 screws. You have to remove all the screws. And then the battery doesn't actually plug in by wires or plugs anywhere. It's kind of a very easy battery. Once you undo all these screws, the battery will just lift out of the computer. Just to give you some specs on the battery, guys, this is a 57 watt hour battery. The one that was in this computer was 15.44 volts, and the model number was L20C4P71. I'll have all those specs below in the description. I'll also have a link above and below in the description that show you all the replacement parts for this computer, as well as the tools and supplies that I use to get inside of it. Okay, so now that the battery has been removed, it's safer to proceed deeper into the computer. The first thing I'll show you here, guys, this is your solid state drive. At first, there'll be this shield over it for most of you. There'll be a screw here and a screw here to remove this shield. Once you get that shield removed, you'll expose the solid state drive right here. So now this is free because you undid that screw. You can slide this directly to the left out of this plug right here. That's how you would access your solid state drive. For those of you here looking to access your memory or your RAM, it's actually integrated into your motherboard. It's part of the motherboard, and it can't easily be removed or upgraded without replacing the entire motherboard. So depending on what model you have, you could have a max of 32 gigabytes of integrated RAM. So if you have less than that and you're looking to upgrade, find a motherboard for this computer that has 32, and that's kind of your only way of upgrading your RAM in this computer, unfortunately. The next thing I'll show you are the speakers down here. You have your right speaker and your left speaker. There's 2 screws holding each of them down, one here and over here. And they're connected by this red and black wire that run along under the touchpad all the way to the other speaker. And instead of being smart and running the wire right here on the right-hand side, they run it all the way here back to the other side of the computer and they plug it in there. So instead of pulling on wires, guys, and this kind of goes for anything in a computer, as often as possible, don't pull on the wires to unplug something. Try to unplug it from the actual plug. So take your fingernails and put it on either side of the plug, or a pry tool or a pair of pliers or something like that to pull it out and unplug it. But that's how you would access your speakers. Over here, you have your CMOS battery. It's wrapped in yellow electrical tape. Yours may be black. And it's held down by double-sided tape. So that just pops off. You can easily remove that. It's only double-sided tape holding it down. And the wires plug into the motherboard right here. Again, same as the speakers. If you're looking to unplug this, don't pull on the wires, but unplug that plug right from the port. As a side point, if you're here to BIOS reset your computer, you don't have to physically remove the CMOS battery. You would just unplug it for around 30 seconds and then plug it in. That should be sufficient to reset all of your BIOS. For those of you looking for the LCD cable, that's going to plug right in here. As you can see, it runs through this hinge assembly. The LCD cable plugs in right there. The Wi-Fi card is also integrated into the motherboard. In this model, you can see the antenna wire right here, the gray and the black wires snapping onto the Wi-Fi. But again, that's integrated into the motherboard. You can't independently remove that separate from the motherboard. Last thing I'll show you guys is the heatsink assembly, the fans. You get your two little fans right here, your vent there, and then your heatsink comes and runs along here over the CPU. To get at this, guys, you would unplug the fans from right here in the motherboard. And of course, you have these 4 screws over the heatsink for the CPU. If you're here to access this area because you want to apply thermal paste or reapply thermal paste, there'll be a video link above, also below in the description, and I'll also add it to the end video. When this video is all done, it'll be the end video that pops up. But that's a quick tutorial on how to reapply thermal paste. You don't want to put too much, and you also want to make sure you clean off all the old stuff before you put new thermal paste down. So that's a quick little tutorial in how to get at the main components in this computer once you're in here. If you had any questions, guys, check out the FAQs below in the description. It could save you some time waiting for an answer, but I do try to respond to all questions and comments at least a couple times a day. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.